Alrighty, guys, welcome back. And up next, we have the moment I'm pretty sure we all knew was coming with the way these calls have been leaking. We have Young Thug crashing out on Drake, calling him stupid and calling him out for weaponizing his power. And while Young Thug has already cemented himself as probably one of the most unloyal people around, which definitely makes this expected, I don't think Drake expected this when he flew directly to Thug to personally hand him $1 million. Like I said, Thug went on to call Drake stupid and also pointed out that Drake was using his star power to make people do what he wanted them to do. The Thug's claims were obviously valid. It's just the fact that he's pretending to be so buddy-buddy with him that paints him even more two-faced. Because like I've said before, who needs enemies when you have friends like this? But there's a reason why no one in the industry, other than Young Thug and a few randoms, defended Drake. People get resentful of people throwing their weight around, forcing you to do things, and being a diva. While people will put up with it when you're hot and they can use you, once you're not, just like in the acting world, they'll quickly dispose of you and let their true feelings be known. And Drake, you're in that era right now. I know you like to paint the victim narrative that the industry is unfairly against you and that your colleagues were just fake friends. For Drake, these were industry colleagues, not friends. I don't know if you can tell the difference between the two. And you literally have a song about this. So when you do some of the things that you have alleged to have done, you can't expect resentment to not build up. As far as UMG, you also can't experience the full benefits of having the biggest machine behind you, whether it's botting or preferential treatment slots, etc., and try to expose them when you fall out of favor because you're mad you can't bend them to your will anymore. That sounds really Harvey Weinstein-esque. I understand a bad first deal. That's sadly normal. Speaking as a signed producer, I see it all the time. But you chose to re-up, and you can't reap all the benefits. Get that major bag, yet not give something back. This is business. UMG is going to want something in return for making you a star. Spotify also in the beginning was willing to give you a piece of ownership, but you again chose the bag over that ownership. So I know you definitely regret it right now, but it's really hard for people to roll with that victim narrative when all signs point to you being the catalyst for all of this. But enough dilly-dallying, let's jump right into the video where we have the moment, like I said, I knew we were waiting for. With the way these calls were coming in, we have Young Thug crashing out on Drake, calling him stupid, and also calling him out for weaponizing his power. And this is probably the least surprising call out of all of them, next to the Gunner one.
No, they didn't speak. I wonder like how he said it because.
But I'm saying like how I don't understand how anybody could approach him about music right now. So that's why I'm just saying like it ain't men I could think to say. Even if I be like,
yeah, I feel like Drake's reign was a reign of terror, the way people speak about him.
well, it's really just about supporting me, bro, and trying to get us out and just get us back with y'all and just woo woo. But it's like your mama dead, so it's like
Yeah.
never coming back. Like nigga, F up trying to get out of jail, like nigga, what?
And super, super effed up the way Drake handled Metro's mom passing. And yet another supremely insensitive move by Drake where he obviously couldn't read the room. And if anything is going to build resentment, it's going to be something like this, man.
Nigga ain't even in the right headspace. Nigga
Oh.
trying to hurt themselves. You think a nigga what? You think a nigga finna tell Drake now? You think a nigga finna tell Drake that?
They were scared. Remember, UMG themselves in their opening statement says that Drake was using the very same tactics he's alleged them of doing in his own petty beefs and around the industry as well. This isn't new to him. So for him to cry about it now, man, is definitely very two-faced as well.
He told Drake that he meant it. And Drake so stupid, he probably just sent the stupidest condolences like, yeah, bro, sorry for moms, and I'm here for you, bro, whatever you need. Just like something stupid. Instead of giving a nigga some wisdom of something real, you probably just said some crazy stuff on the phone, which is he's still genuine, you know what I'm saying? But you probably said something like that, and then you come right back 2-3 weeks later, like, yo, let me get this song.
Yeah, man. Lack of self-awareness, lack of awareness, period.
Instead of, like doing the whole real procedure, calling a nigga every single day, calling a nigga every day, just figuring it out.
And then you complain about these friends so-called switching up on you.
Figuring it out, getting with a nigga, like, hey, where you at? I'm gonna get on the plane and come chill with you, bro. Like, you
Be a friend.
The fact that you Drake as a weapon now, and the nigga just not feeling that right now, you know?
Right.
And this is obviously a situation that's not isolated to Metro Boomin. Again, this is one of the major reasons I believe that no one in the industry was defending Drake like that, whether it's then or now.
Yeah.
Like, you supposed to get on your big old plane and went to where a nigga was when a nigga mama died, because you really, really, really mess with a nigga. Where you at, bro? You in Atlanta? I'll be there tonight. Like, nigga, I'm coming to chill with you a week straight, whatever.
It's because Drake has main character syndrome. He only sees people for what he can get out of them. I mean, look what he did to Lil Wayne. Allegedly, Drake only visited Wayne like once in the beginning, which obviously also built up a ton of resentment in Lil Wayne as well, and he's been vocal about it.
Out of jail, I would definitely be with Metro Boomin probably right now, just be leaving them. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it ain't even about music right now. It's just like so much.
It's a personal matter. And while Young Thug has definitely been crashing out and definitely having his privacy infringed because who the hell is leaking these calls, but these claims he has towards Drake are definitely very, very valid. Metro didn't just get upset for no reason. He got upset for the most important reason, his mom, rest in peace. Drake probably sent some chat GPT, really fake sounding condolences just to like a few weeks later talk about getting on the project, fam. You're not giving this person the proper space and time to grieve for the most important person in the dude's life, his mother. So it was definitely poetic justice for Kendrick Lamar to get on that Like That record and totally light up Drake, man. He had this coming, and he had this coming for a very long time. You can't do things like this, and more than likely, we have to 10x, 20x the amount of times he's done something like this in the industry. If we really want to believe the cult of the OVOites narrative that Drake has done so much for so many people, and that those people are fake for not coming out and saying anything, we can just look at something like this, because more than likely Drake has done something like this, or who knows, maybe worse to them. Drake has a very, very nasty playbook according to some of the stuff we've already heard about him. So none of this is truly unexpected, at least to me anyway. And as far as Drake weaponizing his star power, this is not the first nor the only time, nor will it be the last, because he's obviously still trying to do this. We've already had it confirmed that Drake would go down to the offices and make people censor their records. This was the type of guy that would collude to get artists railroaded and blackballed and shelved. He was allegedly doing this to XXXTentacion, and obviously he was very vocal about it. But we can also look at another example like Drum, where Drake took his whole sound and beat him up because he confronted him about it. So while Drake can push these narratives that he's the victim, that the industry is out to get him, to me are invalidated because you have done so much. And actions truly speak louder than words, fam. You brought all this on yourself. Let's actually look at some of these comments because I know the goalpost moving is going to be ridiculous. So that's what this beef between these two is truly about. Again, I feel like this was pretty common knowledge. It's obviously Metro's mom, rest in peace. Not bad. Once again, y'all acting like he can't comment on a situation that affected both his friends. What he said in the call, he probably said to them too. And I don't think so, because why would Drake go and give him $1,000,000 when Thug is calling him out for weaponizing his power? These are obviously things that people did not hear. And I wouldn't call Drake Thug's friend if he's talking about him like this. Yeah, Thug is definitely digging his own grave. So Metro Boomin was right to beef with Drake. After all, it wasn't about a girl like people said. The fact that people are so oblivious as to why all this started is definitely very alarming as well. While he really did gossip about everyone in jail, I didn't expect to hear anything about Drake. And I'm definitely not going to roll with that, because if he's talking about the people he was already talking about, most definitely he was going to talk about Drake, and definitely in this fashion. Now, I won't even be surprised if he spoke about Wham, Savage, and Future this way. And honestly, nothing is out of the realm of possibility as far as these calls when it comes to Young Thug. A lot of problems are bigger than right or wrong. Sometimes misunderstandings make egos clash. But this is more than a misunderstanding. I wouldn't qualify this as a misunderstanding. Again, it's a total lack of awareness about the situation. You're obviously not reading the temperature of the room, and I truly don't think the situation should have been difficult to understand. So yeah, let's give this guy some room to breathe. Or like Young Thug recommended, for Drake to go down there and actually be some type of emotional support, because he was anything but that. Can they just stop this calls from coming out, man? What the hell? Once Pandora's box is open, you definitely can't close it. That can of worms is out there, guys, and it's definitely leading to a generational fall off. I heard that Young Thug song that he just dropped, and yeah, man, the dude has fallen off. This doesn't make sense. The same Young Thug that said Metro used his mom's death as an excuse has the guts to say this after what Drake did when he got released. But just because you give somebody money doesn't mean that you should absolve them of all the terrible things they've done, because Thug obviously sees Metro as a friend. This is obviously another cult member of the OVOites. It makes sense that Young Thug would have way more allegiance to Metro than to Drake. These are industry friends, and I definitely want to put the friends part in quotations, because at the end of the day, these guys are just associates, man. So for Drake to conflate this as being some type of friendship, man, he definitely would question if he knows what a friendship actually is. And when you've been famous for this long, when you were a teenage child actor, and you've gotten accustomed to having yes men around you that will say or do whatever just to see if they can leech off you, you obviously lose sight of what a friendship actually is. Kirko got every Thug jail call, man. Most definitely. Two things: I agree with Metro Boomin not putting Drake on trance. The song is fine without him. Again, you can't tell an artist how or when to create. He is a producer. He has a vision for this record. The Drake feature at the time especially is obviously a very big feature, but if it doesn't make sense, if it doesn't gel well, then you're going to have to cut it. Secondly, Drake uses his name as a weapon now because clearly a lot of niggas don't respect his name enough and use it against him. But that's now obviously since the downfall. Most people obviously weren't calling him out when Drake still had that power and the possibility to blackball you still existed. But now, obviously, like I said, he's in that era now where people are now starting to let their feelings be known, their actual feelings anyway. Saying Metro Boomin, who's a hypocrite. It's starting to get clear. Thug told Metro not to allow Drake's verse on trance, which I think is totally erroneous. It's getting clear. Imagine telling a Canadian guy to help you beg the president for pardon. And the way some of these calls have went, man, that's not surprising at all. And I'm going to reiterate this. You can't tell an artist how or when to create or who to collaborate with. Thug, you ain't going to see 35 if you keep dissing the king of rap. And I don't know where you've been in the last year and a half. He's not the king of rap. That title was rightfully claimed by Kendrick Lamar. And while Drake still has the top streaming numbers, you have to look at the fact that Drake has double the catalog Kendrick Lamar has, and most of their streams are coming from back catalog. Meanwhile, Thug a few days ago. And Thug, I hate to break it to you, man. Some people just have integrity. I mean, your manager even pointed out that you guys can't go out and try to buy Kendrick Lamar. It's not going to work that way. If he doesn't rock with the song, he's not going to do it. And if he also doesn't like you as a person, he's not going to do it. And it's just okay. And I feel like more people should operate that way. Yeah, here we have the post right here. Drake flew to Young Thug just 2 hours after he was released from jail and gave him $1 million. And the thing is, obviously Drake doesn't have too many allies left, so he's scrambling to save any type of alliances he can. And Thug, being in the position he was after selling so many assets to try to pay attorneys, wasn't going to turn down $1 million. So I guess we can finally kill that Drake was fucking all the niggas' bitches, and that's why they teamed up against some lies. Again, I think the situation is a sum of all its parts, because allegedly those things were happening. Glad the truth is out. Nigga gave his condolences, and a few weeks later, he was trying to get back to work. Not sure what the big deal is. Nigga did put out 2 albums in 4 months after his mama passed, so I can't say he stopped doing music. And that's not what this is about at all, fam. There's a lot of people that jump into their art, they jump into their craft as a way to grieve. But for Drake to send out what seemed like a half-hearted condolence and then like a week or two later try to force his way onto the album is definitely out of touch, man. Sounds like ATL rappers went to Drake when they need a check balance. And very on brand from an account named Drake Align, fam. Some of these people are mutually beneficial leeches. They're calling Drake stupid for how he handled Drake's mom passing is crazy. It's going to stir up a storm. The storm has already come. This call was definitely expected, and I've been saying it for the last few videos. So it's confirmed that ATL rappers actually run to Drake and not the other way around. And dude, they were also trying to run to Kendrick Lamar too. Young Thug was way more pissed that he couldn't get that Dot feature than the Drake feature. He was on the phone all damn day, bro. And yeah, at the end of the day, people are infringing on this dude's privacy. And as far as him being on the phone all day, yeah, there's probably not much you're going to be doing while you're locked up. Oh shit, he really did talk about damn near everyone at this point, but to be honest, I don't even think this is really that bad. This is the one call where I feel like the claims are most definitely valid. No features next album, LOL. And honestly, the way Drake hasn't defended this guy at all is definitely very telling that he probably wasn't going to get a feature regardless. Young Thug confirming that Drake's a slimy two-faced industry puppet is what I expected. And I truly don't think we needed this call to confirm that, since we've already had so many stories that allegedly paint Drake as being that slimy two-faced industry puppet. Because when the very label that made you a star is telling everyone that you're the slimy two-faced industry puppet, man, we should probably take heed, fam, because I'm pretty sure that's all the confirmation we need. Like I said in my intro, this call was definitely very expected, and what Thug was saying on this specific call is definitely very valid. You're not going to make many friends when you're acting like a diva and forcing people to do things that they probably don't want to do. All you're going to do is make people hate you. And when Drake has the ability to blackball you or to give you a feature that can almost guarantee a smash hit, yeah, people are going to stay silent. But like I said multiple times, when that's over, fam, expect resentment to rear its ugly head and for people to truly let you know how they really feel about you. But definitely let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about this new Thug call? Do you guys think it's valid? For me, I definitely do, and I'm definitely interested in hearing what you guys have to say about all this. This is just one example out of many examples that paints this profile of who Drake actually is, because words are one thing, but actions really define you. So definitely let me know what you guys think about all this. Definitely hit the like and subscribe button, guys. It does the channel wonders. I really want to thank you guys so much for continuing to make this channel a part of your day. It honestly means the world to me, and all the love and support that you guys continue showing this channel on a daily is honestly overwhelming, and probably the biggest reason why I make these videos. So I really want you guys to know how appreciative I am for all of it. Guys, I do want to send a big shout out to all those that have been joining YouTube memberships. Small way to support the channel, but definitely goes a very long way in helping out. And also a very big super thank you to all those that have been sending super thanks, because again, it is tremendous for the channel. So I really want you guys to know how grateful I am for all of it. I also want to send out a big shout out to all those joining the Discord. I really want to make that the best place for people to send video reaction ideas and to keep the dialogues going. It's a lot easier to keep track of all those things on Discord, and I definitely want to thank all those that have been joining. It's also going to be the best place to ensure that you guys get any notifications for video drops, because I want to say YouTube maxes it out at 3, and even then, they don't send it out to everybody. So thank you guys again for joining. I'm definitely looking forward to your takes on this, even though I'm 1000% sure which way you guys are going to be leaning towards. Hope you guys love this video, and I hope to see you guys soon. And all this is just more confirmation